Good morning and welcome back for another vlog of myself, Darren. Today is Monday the 16th of March and it's a bright and early 5 a.m. start. I've done the vehicle checks and the checks on trailer already. Now we just need to make sure everything inside is all nice and secure before hitting the road. For today's deliveries, we are going right up to Scotland. We've got one in Edinburgh and two in Glasgow. Now, one in Edinburgh and one in Glasgow. I've been there before, but job number 2 in Glasgow, it looks like it might be another building site, and it's pretty much right in the middle of the city centre of Glasgow, right off the M8. So that's going to be a fun job to do. I checked on maps last night, and it's a very narrow street to get down as well, so I'm not too sure what's going to be happening when we get there, so cross that bridge when we come to it. Our first job in Edinburgh is 209 miles away and we're looking about 4.5 hours to get there, so we might have to take a break on the M8 just before we do arrive. So then we've got plenty of driving time to make delivery and then head over towards Glasgow. And the route we're going to be taking is straight up the M6 to the M74, cut across the M8 over to Edinburgh. I've had to make a quick stop over at Charlton Riches just to get some fuel, and if you remember on Friday, because I knew I was in for a long drive this morning, we actually fueled it up, got everything sorted out. Unfortunately somebody's used it over the weekend and forgot to fill it back up, so here we are. Total 197 litres. We've got a nice view out the office window this morning as we're travelling up the M6, and it's the first part of several nice locations travelling up to Scotland, not too far from T-Bay. And just on the outskirts of Kendal as well. I think I'm coming back up this way actually in a couple of weeks in the caravan. North Lakes. Go try and get away for a nice little weekend when it's the bank holiday over Easter. Look forward to it, to be honest. First time out in a caravan this year. Hopefully first of many, just depends on the weather. Talking about weather, it's starting to get a little bit dark right now. Judging at the clouds, looks like it's going to start throwing it down very shortly. And right on cue, it is the rain. Roll on the good weather. Middle of March, it's still been raining every day pretty much. Been looking to have a nice warm summer this year. Well, I do hope everybody had a great weekend. Pretty quiet one myself, didn't really do too much. Finished off building the greenhouse, got that sorted, that's about it. And spent time with the family, with it being Mother's Day. So I do hope everybody had a great weekend. I know the mothers out there all got spoiled. Before I do forget, I'd like to give a little shout out as well to Gracie. So thanks for supporting the channel, really appreciate it. $136 miles still to go. I'm going to be on the M6/ the M74 for at least another 95 miles. I don't mind it too much. I always prefer driving up north than south. especially up towards Scotland area. The views are always beautiful, regardless of the weather. And welcome to Scotland as we officially arrive. 89 miles left before we reach our first delivery point in Edinburgh. And we're officially in Scotland. Drive up so far, nice and clear roads, no traffic or anything, not real slowed down. Pretty much 56 cruise control all the way, other than the roadwork section, but even then it only went down to 40 miles per hour temporarily, which isn't really too bad because the wheels are in motion. Just passing Gretna services. I'm hoping I can make it at least past Gretna for tonight on the way back. Just depends what we've got planned for tomorrow though. I'm not too sure whether it's going to be driving as far south as we can to try and get back, or is it going to be a backload somewhere, maybe Carlisle, for tomorrow morning. We do have a couple of clients around the Carlisle area we do make collections for, so it just depends if they've got anything available for us. How many axles this one's got? So 2, 5, 8. How much weight that thing can carry. It's one of the big ones. I've always wanted to know actually, do them cranes have beds inside? Does anybody know? I mean, I'll probably do a Google search a little bit later on to find out, but I'm just curious if anybody knows. So I've seen quite a few of them parked up in the past at service stations, so I don't know if they use the hotel what's on the service, or did you have like a little sleeper cab inside? There's not a lot of space for them. We've got some really nice views out the office window again this morning. It's just approached 9:30. The rain has finally disappeared. Hopefully the sun's going to come out from that grey cloud which is hovering above us. And I can see right off into the distance, might be able to catch it on camera shortly, but just over this peak, got some of the mountains off in the distance. I've got a lot of snow. The top half of them are covered in snow. Right off in the distance, and it looks very, very nice. Very picturesque. And this is why I love driving up north around Scotland. The views are just absolutely beautiful. Really tranquil. Oh, a little bit of an update as well, guys. I've received an email off Steve and he's passed his class 1, so congratulations, mate. All the best with your job interview that you got lined up. Hopefully it all goes well for you and you enjoy your new career. Well, congratulations, mate. Really good news to hear over the weekend. It's always nice to hear when people start passing their test, what I've been looking at doing driving as a career. But for everybody out there as well that's going in for the test, if you don't pass it first time, don't be disheartened. It's a tough test to do. Finding the jobs afterwards is even harder, so don't be discouraged. I mean, there is a lot of work out there. You just got to keep on going for it, even though a lot of companies say you need X amount of time for to start the job due to insurances, etc. And then it's the old question of like, how can you get a job if you can't get a job in the first place to get the experience that you need. So it's a little vicious circle, but there's plenty of jobs out there that do take new passes. Just don't be discouraged, just keep applying everywhere, get your CV, hand it into all the local businesses in the area, and then that way you can see the business for yourself. When you're handing in the CV, you might be able to speak to one of the transport managers, get a good feel for that person as well, and then vice versa, the company that you're handing the CVs in can see what you are as a person instead of just being a name on a piece of paper for a CV. It always works out better. I've always done jobs that way. I've never really got a job through like Indeed or anything. I've always just gone up to the place, handed a CV in, and then hope for the best. Good old classic method of job hunting. It's a shame I can't take the scenic trail to Edinburgh. On the, is it the A708? I might be able to take that, but I don't think you can do that in a truck, unfortunately. I think the roads might be a little bit too narrow. Would you just look at them views? Still got a bit of snow on top of the hill to the left as the sun tries its hardest to come out between the clouds. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Really nice views right now, especially off to the left hand side. Behind all them trees what just appeared. I've now said it quite a few times, but yeah, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Just really nice scenery for the office window. Just puts you in a good mood. Sets you up nicely for the day. Wasn't aware it's been so cold up this parts of the country. Must have had quite a bit of snow. It's even on the side of the road to the left. Never mind on top of all the mountain range. It just looks like a painting. I wonder where we're going to be for the rest of the week. This job is really unpredictable. One week I could be going down and around London, Essex, Midlands, Wales, Scotland. Could be anywhere. That's one thing that I do love about the job though. Not knowing like where you're going to be the next day. I know a lot of people prefer it the other way around, where they need to know exactly what they're doing from start to finish of the day, but I like the surprises. I like not knowing where I'm going to be the next day. I suppose you could say it's a little bit spontaneous at the same time. Now the sat-nav's actually telling me to come off, not right now, but shortly. Normally I would just go straight up the M74 and cut across the M8, but instead it's trying to tell me to come off down the 702. Now, I've never really driven down the 702, so I don't know what type of road conditions it's going to be. But looking at the side of the hills on either side of it with all the snow, etc., I might play it safe. I carry on towards Glasgow, then cut across. On a nice sunny day, I might be tempted to go to 702. Yeah, if you're a truck driver and you travel up around this area quite a lot, what's the 702 like? Is it good for trucks? I don't want it to turn out to be like the Scottish equivalent to Woodhead Pass. I'm travelling up and down over the mountain range, and then with snow around, I might get stuck. Yeah, for today, I think I'm going to go up to Glasgow. So it might be a little bit longer than 45 miles. It might be about 60 before we get to our destination. But driving all the way up to Glasgow on the A74, it's not too bad. You know, it's 56 miles per hour non-stop all the way up there, and then across the M8 as well. Traffic's always good. It's not like I'm going past Birmingham, for an example, where it's going to be stop, start, stop, start. But yeah, let me know down below, what is the A72 like? Or 702 for trucks? Quick stop over the Route 74 truck stop. First time I've actually been here, actually. So I don't really know what to expect. Oh, it's snap as well, that's quite good. It's handy to know. Might be able to stop here tonight. I'm sure it will fill up fairly early as well. I think turning up here after 5 o'clock, you're going to be struggling for spaces. There's definitely a possibility of train here tonight. Seems really nice inside, fairly busy, so I don't really want to be getting my phone out recording everybody who's enjoying a meal. Well, it's got a nice little shop, good prices as well, to be fair. And I can have a walk over to Tesco's, grab some bits and bobs, stock up food in the truck, etc. for the rest of the week. And got a nice little cafe as well. Food menu looks nice. You're welcome. And it's just off the motorway junction itself as well. So back we go onto the M74. It's definitely a contender for the future. I've got 48 miles still to go. I've got 44 minutes on tacho before I need to take a break. And that will be the working time directive for a 6-hour. So I only need a 15-minute break for that one. 10:15 now. ETA after taking breaks, etc. We're looking around 12 o'clock still. pulled over for a break on the services, and to see us through the rest of the day, we have been accompanied by our friends at Holy. We have been given the Cola Koala energy drink there, and also we have got the Blue Raspberry hydration drink. Now these two, I've had them for the last couple of weeks, and I've got to say they are really nice. This one, I'd say it compares to flat cola. So if you like the roller cola with not a lot of fizz, obviously there's no fizz in this because it's powder form, but that is what that tastes like, and the blue raspberry is absolutely delicious. And I have to say, I really do like the artwork on the Cola Koala version. It does come in a powder form, and it works out a lot cheaper than your off-the-shelf energy drinks. It's around £40 for this, but you get about 50 portions for it. Simply get your bottle of water, 500ml, 1 scoop in, give it a shake, and then it's ready to drink straight away. I would recommend though having it in the fridge for a little bit so it's just nice and cold. I've had the water itself in the fridge all morning, so this animal is ice cold. That's another nice flavour as well. Lovebird lollipop. If you're looking for a different flavours what are available, there's lots available on the website. If you want to go help yourself to a nice discount, hit that link down below. We're back on the road now, and we've got a fresh 4.5 hours driving time as we depart the A725 for the M8. Now we're going to be following the M8 all the way down to Edinburgh. We've got 32 miles left to go. We're looking at about 32 minutes, give or take, before we arrive. Luckily I know whereabouts I'm going because I've been this one before, so I know what to expect, etc. It's got quite a big yard to pull in, it's all right. And it's the same company we're actually making delivery for the one in Edinburgh and the last job in Glasgow. One in Edinburgh has got a nice big access point, where the one in Glasgow is a little bit tighter, but we managed to spin it round, no problems. Just job number 2. I'm not looking forward to. Approaching the end of the M8. I'm going to be following it for the M71. It's city centre. I think I'm in the right lane. I think I'm in the right lane anyway. We'll be following it around, jumping on, and rolling a mile and a half away from the client. So it's not right in the city centre of Edinburgh, it's just on the outskirts, which is a little bit better for me, to be honest. Nice and easy, jump off the M8, make delivery, back on the M8 to go Glasgow. Yep, still in the right lane, good. Let's move across. Following for the A71. Some nice views off in the distance again. Should be just there on the left hand side where that car just came from. Just got to make sure this junction is nice and clear before I can go. You get quite a lot of cars parked on either side of the road. I'm not too sure what this guy's doing. What is that guy playing at? So that black car you just seen, he was parked on the left hand side and thought it'd be a good idea to turn it around in the middle of the road as I'm turning into the junction. You get used to it after a while though, there's no point losing your rag with them. Right then, so it should be this one just here. I remember the Crown Decorating Centre being there. Yep, there it is. Right in front of us, take it nice and wide. Now there's not enough space to reverse in because we're coming out too much. So I'm just going to park it across the shutters just here. They can offload everything on the passenger side. And then I'll spin it round so they can get everything on the driver's side then. Try and straighten it up as much as I can. There we go, first delivery point for 12 o'clock. Job number 2 over at Glasgow is a 1 hour drive, 41 minutes away. I'm going to be jumping straight onto the M8, following the M8 all the way over to Glasgow. And it's just off the M8 itself, somewhere around here. There we go. So that bit there is not going to be a fun delivery. I'm looking at Google Maps before. Making our way back out the way we came in. What's the chances of that? I've just seen a truck from Clark's Transport drive on the next street down. Their base is pretty much around the corner from where we are. It's a small world, isn't it? Come on, buddy. You're welcome. Busy road as well to get out of. Perfect. Fast drivers give us a nice little flash to get out. Really sat there for the next 25 minutes otherwise. Well, that's one thing I do like about delivering to this company. Even though it's really far away to get to, it's nice and easy to get to at the same time. Just hopping off the motorway, straight out, straight back in. Easy. If you remember the building site we delivered to in Edinburgh a couple of weeks back, that's pretty much straight across this roundabout. About 400 yards straight down that road to the left. go. What time are we on now? 12:30, so we're perfectly fine. Let's use this bus lane right now. We're approaching our final mile before coming off the M8. I'm in the wrong lane as well. That's right, am I? Yeah, 879 I'm looking for. I will be honest with you, I don't really like driving around Glasgow, especially on the M8 section. So you might get two junctions coming off at the same junction, if that makes sense. You get quite a lot around here, so you can come off at the wrong junction very easily. I've done it quite a few times. I'm driving down, I've gone, right, okay, it looks like I'm coming off now. Yep, junction 15, so then I'll pull off and then it'll be this junction here instead, which goes up towards the 803. And I'm like, oh darn it, I've got to go around, turn around, come back on, try and come back up at the other bit. But it's always that junction we've just gone past is the one that gets me every time. So we're looking for junction 16, which is the next one. Let's try and cross over. Make sure no cars come flying past last minute. Got a lot of roadworks around this section as well. So lane 1's active, lane 2's closed, lane 3 and 4 is open, lane 5 is closed. By the looks of it, I think that's us there actually. I can see the tall building on the left hand side. Starfish, I think that's the one that we're delivering to. I've seen on the paperwork before on the side of the pallet. Ooh, okay, so that junction's closed. Oh, crap. Crap, I need to turn left here. Okay. I think if I go straight ahead I might be able to come back on myself, and with any luck that's not a low bridge which is nearby. I also might be a little bit screwed. I can't believe that road's closed. That would have taken me directly to the business that we're delivering to. Okay, can I divert traffic straight on? I was thinking actually, can I get that way? Yeah, it doesn't look like it actually. Looks like there's loads of roadworks. I've left the space for that guy, and that car park's there. He's not happy with them. So it looks like there's loads of roadworks further down as well. Actually, I don't know if that was. I'm just going to follow the diversion. Yes, keep following this. I don't really know anywhere around Glasgow, if I'm being honest with you. I've not really done any deliveries around here. I might be able to do a left at the roundabout, following the diversion route, and then left, follow it all the way down, possibly. Yeah, I think we're going this way still. So need to keep an eye on weight limits. Make sure there's no low bridges, 7 ton, etc. Also, it's a little bit more difficult to try and follow weight limits when you're getting thrown down a diversion. Oh, darn it. Oh, right, okay, I needed to turn left. There's a diversion there as well, so it's going to take me to the right instead. Hopefully if I follow it to the right, I might be able to take the second left and then go straight down that road, then hit a left at the end. Where they've closed pretty much the whole of top end of Glasgow off. Must be an absolute nightmare if you live around here, trying to get into these block of flats to the left. So I can't go left. Just follow it this way. Pretty much into Glasgow centre now. I'm just going to take it nice and wide. I think that's pretty much the city centre right there in front, isn't it? It's nearly had a crash then. Grand ballroom on the left. More building sites to the right. Okay, can I do a left-hand tour? Tour. I was looking at, oh my word, I was looking at the bus route. I mean the bus there. I was like looking at the electric tour bus whilst talking. Might as well do a tour of the city while we're here, eh? Right, diversion, straight on I think I seen. Yeah, there we go.
Side pedestrian.
Right, I'm going to take up both lanes because it looks like it might be a bit of a tight left turn in a minute. So I'm just trying to get nice and early into position. Oh, that's an old building there, isn't it? The pavilion. It's like an old theatre.
Side pedestrian.
It's nice and wide.
Side pedestrian.
Okay, so we're going to be doing a right-hand turn here. Oh, that does not look like a nice right turn either. I mean, it looks a bad right-hand turn, but I think it's going to be even worse left-hand turn on the way back. So again, we need to take this nice and wide. So keep on going, past there where you turn as a car, no, last minute big swing. got to be an easier way than the way we've came. Like if you come off the junction before maybe and come from the opposite direction, could be a possibility. We're going to be taking a left turn here.
Side pedestrian. Side pedestrian.
Okay, we need to try and find where that building site is, and I think it's the tall one just behind the car showroom off in the distance. That looks like the one we've seen when we was on the M8. Got 9 pallets to be getting taken off at this delivery. Satnav wants me to go left here, but I can't get down that way. I think the only way we can actually get there is doing a left-hand turn in a second. Hopefully we can get back out. So might actually be best just sticking the hazard lights on for a second, see if we can see anything. We parked up on the side of the road, and I think this is the only access point we got. So I'm just going to walk down just to double check if it's worth reversing down or driving down. Is there enough space to turn around, etc. If you're ever unsure, just get out, have a walk down. So this looks like the site we're delivering to. No access whatsoever. That's a little bit of a fun talk I just had with the guy on the site. He's like, I'm in the Arctic, mate. He's like, you're in an Arctic, I was like, yeah, I'm in an Arctic. He's like, we told the company we're ordering from that it needs to be rigid because this is the site that we're delivering to. There's no access whatsoever. So I was like, I'll give it my best go, see if we can get to this point. Hopefully we can do something with it. The plan of action, drive it down here. I should be able to get around that corner, no problems. And then I need to try and swing it in, back out, and then reverse it in. So yeah, wish me luck. I did say to the guy though, we've got a bit of, to be honest, it's not our planning team fault, it's the company that we've making the delivery on behalf of. They should have told us it's a rigid only. So it's not our planner's fault, for an example. But I said to him, if there's any restrictions that say you can't get in, we go, hold my beer, we'll get in there. Let's give this a try. Managed to turn around. Let's get ourselves tucked in. Need to take this wide as possible as well because it's fairly narrow getting off this main road itself. Let's wait for this taxi. And there's no way I'm going to reverse off the main road, come down here, try and blind reverse it around this corner. I'm hoping I could just get a good enough angle, then jackknife it into here now to the right. Oh, if you don't laugh, you're going to cry. There's not a lot of space here. Oh my word, am I going to be able to get the left-hand turn to get out? I think that might be another problem as well. Even the guy on the site is like, get off your head. There's the car now on the passenger side. Getting in is not the problem, it's going to be getting back out. Quite an easy getting in, to be honest. And I'll speak to the guy to see how far he needs me to go back. Well, where there's a will, there's a way. Now, because the trailer's on a little bit of an incline, what I've had to do is the rear suspension get over here, the air. It's got like a handle you can turn it, so I've leveled it off a little bit so it's not as much of an angle coming back. And then they can get it off nice and easy then. You need to go to the gym and you got to move ton pallets around. Now it's unloaded, all we need to do is give out a pull and I'll readjust the suspension. Now getting in wasn't really the biggest problem. The getting out is going to be the biggest problem. So what we need to be careful of is the rear swing. As the rear axle turns around, that 6 to 7 foot needs to make sure it doesn't smash onto the gate. I am going to try and keep it far over to the right hand side because the gate on the outside, that one there, the silver one, sticks out probably about 15-20 foot more than the one on this side. So I need to make sure, keep it close as I can, make sure trailer doesn't cut that corner, cause damage to the trailer or that. If that blue car wasn't there, it wouldn't actually be too bad. I've asked the guy to come out as well to try and watch the rear swing, make sure it doesn't get too close. If it does, just give me a shout and I'll try and shunt it if possible. Just another day as a driver. Keep an eye on the gate as well, make sure it doesn't shut on the trailer before we get through. It's a shame there's not another road down that way that I can turn around. Actually, it might not be too bad. As the car comes around the corner. I need space, mate. You couldn't write it, could you? You can see a trailer and a truck coming out the corner, so just hang fire a little bit, don't try to sneak past.
Where you want to go? You want to go back a bit?
No, it's fine now, mate. It's going straight down there now.
You going to make it out?
Yeah, should be alright that now. No, cheers for the help, mate. Appreciate it. See you in a bit. Job number 3 is only 2.5 miles away, which on paper is good planning. Obviously, not taking into consideration that this job should have really been a rigid. But if the client don't tell us it's got to be a rigid, then we're not really, you know, we're just guessing, aren't we, if the job's going to be a rigid. And you can't expect the planners to Google map every single delivery we do. I mean, as a business, we probably make 200 deliveries a day throughout all the trucks what we have working for us. That's including the rigids, what are all like local areas, etc. So you can't really blame the planners for that if the client don't tell us it's a rigid only. So on paper, really good planning. 2.5 miles away to the next job. That's what you want. Nice and close to each other, and then a nice long drive back. Oh, the M8 looks like it's at a complete standstill, so I don't know if it's been an accident. I'm going to be jumping onto the, I think it's the 803, but it does also connect to the M8 as well. I'm going to part literally a junction or two down this way, and then we're going to cut through the city centre again, pretty much. Which lane do we need to stay in? I think the left-hand lane turning right. Yeah, the middle lane might be okay for us. I absolutely love the architecture around Glasgow. You got some really, really nice buildings. So on the left-hand side, I think we've got the cathedral coming up as well. This one here right now is part of the hospital. Just make sure I don't get stuck in any of these little boxes. Don't want to be blocking any junctions. Perfect. Just get through. Okay, both of these lanes merge into one. I think they do. Yeah. Ah, there we go. Got that painting again on the right hand side. I've just noticed that as well. There's a community like allotment style garden on the right hand side. That's a nice little project. More roadworks, unfortunately. Try and keep an eye on all the cyclists. It looks to be just the spire part of the church which is remaining. On a clock tower, how you may want to call it.
Side pedestrian.
I'm not too sure if it was built like that, or has the rest of the church been knocked down. So you can imagine back in the day, this would have been like the town square where everything happened. Yeah, I can imagine people being in the chocks and stuff, in the gallows. Yep, they've still got road closures here as well. But the business that we're delivering to is just on the left hand side, on this side luckily of the roadworks. So real good. Just depends how many cars are outside the job centre. Hopefully they're not blocking access. Oh, nice and clear. That's our third and final delivery made up in Glasgow. Just been speaking to the office, and a little bit of good news. Tomorrow, all I've got planned for me is a collection over in Chorley. And it's normally about 12:30, 1 o'clock. So if we get there for about 12 o'clock tomorrow, which means I can have a nice early night tonight and a late start tomorrow. In other words, a win-win. Cheers, mate. Now, if I was to go straight back down to our yard, I'll be looking at 206 miles. So a fair drive. I'm looking at 4 hours, so we're at 7:30 getting back to the yard if I was to go straight back. Now, I do have enough working time, but however, I don't have enough driving time. So I'm thinking of pulling up just on the outskirts of Glasgow, so then I can start for about 6 o'clock, get on the road for about 6:15, maybe 6:30, and then travel straight down to Chorley. That way we won't arrive there too early. And that's the job POD done. So we'll be doing a diversion across this direction. Yeah, I remember coming this way last time. Nice and easy to jump onto the, I think it's the M74 we're going to be jumping onto. Oh, the 77. Anyway, it's one of them to get us back. The motorway we're just driving underneath anyhow. Taking up both lanes. For that left hand turn, it's a little bit tight if I just stay on the left hand side. And if I remember correctly, it's a fairly tight left turn coming up as well. Swing it round, following it down and around towards Carlisle and the M74. Seems nowhere to stay around this area. Pop inside Glasgow. Get some nice food at night. I did see there's a wing stop near. Well, I've always wanted to visit a wing stop. I do love a bit of chicken wings. Let's try and move over. Thank you very much. This weather is absolutely miserable. And the delivery point we just came from is just there on the left hand side. You can see the business. And this is where we're going to stay over for tonight. Just off the M74. stayed here once before. They're not too bad, only a very small service station. There's not a lot inside regards to food, etc. By the looks of it, it's really busy here tonight. Ah, that might do, mate. Let's get ourselves tucked in there. Definitely not a lot of space around here, but they've got an Asda store right at the garage as well, so you could get cheap food if needed, worst case scenario. Let's leave the back door open, just so if anybody comes to try and steal things, they don't have to slice the side of the curtain and they can see it's nice and empty. Pay for parking and then we can just put our feet up and relax for the rest of the evening. I completely forgot, last time I stayed here, there's nothing to eat at the services other than sandwiches that are available at Double H Smith's, and I don't fancy paying £7, yes that is right, £7 for a tuna mayo sandwich. Even though I've got £10 food voucher, I can't do it. So what I'm going to do is spend £5 on a hot chocolate a little bit later on before I go to sleep, and then £5 for a coffee in the morning. And yeah, I think that's a little bit of a win-win. So at the moment, there's a housing estate down that way, but there's something down that way as well. So let's go this way and hopefully we can actually find something. In theory, it shouldn't really take more than about 10 minutes to get there. So looks like there's a couple of different options, and I kind of fancy Chinese, to be being honest with you. Down the long road we go, but at the same time, it's keeping me in shape. So I don't mind it, a little bit of exercise. Since I finished nice and early, I may as well. I'm kind of regretting my life choices right now. I'm nearly there, but it's all uphill. I didn't really think about that. I didn't take it into consideration that the area where I am is like that steep of a hill. Look. Whew. I've probably been walking about 15 minutes. Got about another 5 or 10 minutes to go. Oh, there we are. So close. Whilst waiting for the Chinese to be cooked, might as well invest in some paper plates. £3 for 30, it's not too bad, saves washing up. That's dinner all sorted. Right there, nice sweet and sour and some boiled rice. I'm trying to keep it level as well. Really good price. £8 for the rice and the main, which is really good. I think it's like £9 or £11 or something from where I am, over there by the Warrington area. Go down south, it's like £14, isn't it? Got myself some little treats as well. I'll show you when I get back to the truck. And I've got about a 10-minute walk now until we get there. That was definitely worth the walk down. It's still piping hot. There's that much. I can't even fit it all on one plate. So I've got all of this here. I've stuck some on here. I have to top it up every so often. And since I'm in Scotland, I thought I'd treat myself to an iron brew. Put an ice cream flavour iron brew. I've never seen this before, and I don't think it's available where we are. So let's take advantage whilst we're in Scotland. Yummy. And for the rest of the evening, put my feet up, watch a bit of TV. I can't believe it's only 6 o'clock and already I've been parked up for 2 hours. I've relaxed for a little bit. I've gone on for a walk into the local village, got some tea, came back, eating the tea, and now just put my feet up and relaxing for the rest of the evening. It's quite rare we do this, but I'm quite enjoying it at the same time. Good morning, world. What a nice cloudy morning it is today. But the car park is pretty much empty from last night. Lock the back door. And then we're going to go over, do some vehicle checks, make sure there's no new damage on the truck. And when I get back in the truck in a minute, I'll do the light test as well. So the tyres seem to be in good condition. Curtains not being tampered with due to the back door being left open, most likely. The time is just approaching 7 AM. And the plan of action for today, not starting work until 8 AM, believe it or not. I got a message through last night saying your start time for tomorrow is going to be 8 AM. Well, I'm happy with that, really, I'm happy with that. So last night, Got to sleep about 10:30. Stuck a film on TV. Watched what was it? Behind Enemy Lines. One Owen Wilson. Wasn't bad, to be fair. It was all right. Got myself asleep for about 10:30. Woke up this morning 6:25 before my alarm even went off. I had a great night's sleep, uninterrupted. Out like a baby, probably snoring my head off, so I feel sorry for the guy who was next to me last night because the window was open a bit, so hopefully it wasn't too loud. Yeah, so got myself some fruit and fibre, go have some breakfast, have a coffee, relax for a little bit, then hit the road for 8 o'clock to go down to Chorley. 8:05 and we're going back onto the road. I don't need any fuel currently for the time being. I'll probably get some at Charnock Richards or maybe Lancaster Services. I think Lancaster take the car that we use. I've got 3/4 of a tank, so I'm in no rush for fuel. I haven't got the sat-nav plugged in actually, so I don't know what the mileage is going to be for us to get back to the yard. But we're not going straight back yard, we're going to Chorley. I know exactly where it is, so I don't really need the sat-nav. I'm looking around 3.5, maybe 4 hours. I'm going to take a break and stuff just before I get there as well, just to drag it out a little bit more. I don't want to turn up before 12 o'clock ideally, just in case they've not got anything ready. So if I turn up about 12:30, that would be perfect. Looks to be another miserable day on the weather side. I was going to be following the M74 south so it connects over to the M6 and then come off for the M65 at Chorley. Fairly strong winds this morning as well. With an empty trailer, going over the plains a little bit later on is not going to be fun, I reckon. I'm getting blown around everywhere. These winds driving up on top of these hills at the moment is not fun. Empty trailer, and I can feel myself getting pushed between lanes, the middle lane and like the hard shoulder, so I'm just trying to take it easy, currently doing 52. But the views are absolutely beautiful. Really, really nice and pleasant views. Kind of looks a bit like an oil painting with the mountains in the background and the clouds coming down. Well, there we go, we can feel it again. I had a break for 30 seconds then whilst I was in that little bit of gunnel. When you don't have when you have an empty trailer as well, you feel it a lot more. I still remember the worst time I've ever drove in the wind. It was an empty trailer and I was driving back from Bradford, and you have the Outin Plains bit on top of the moors, and I could have swore at least one wheel lifted off the ground. That was a little bit of a scary moment, I'm not gonna lie. Luckily today's not as bad as that. But you might be able to hear the wind battering the truck. I think as soon as you go around this corner, it's just going up and up again. nice view. That really is something. I can't wait for the weather to get a little bit better. If it was summertime, I'll bring my drone and I'll try and park up for the night on this left-hand side road. If I come up this way again, park up for the night in the valley, get the drone out, fly around the mountains. Travelling past junction 14. I see this sign all the time, but I never see the castle for Drumlake Castle. I'm always thinking like whereabouts it actually is. I don't know if it's in the middle of like one of the valleys or on top of the hills to the right hand side somewhere. But every time I drive past this section, I always keep a lookout for it, see if we can see it in the distance. Never once have I seen it. Hoping for a nice and easy day today. On paper, it should be. And with any luck, get half decent finish time as well. And I reckon tomorrow is probably going to be another night out. Just been speaking to Kev on the phone. He was telling me last night he was around Kent area, so he's been down to Swanley, a couple of places around London area. Boy, I always tell the office, give me Scotland any day of the week. Wow, the wind is picking up again. Really bad. Sure the camera audio will be able to pick it up. Stay at 52 for the time being, I think. Just keep it nice and steady. And welcome back into England. Just approaching 10 AM, still got 2 hours to go for our destination, give or take. And around 100 miles, I reckon. I've got 3 hours on the tacho, so I'm perfectly fine for brake wise. But if our ETA is going to be around 12 o'clock, I'm going to try and take a break around 11, half 11, take a 45-minute, get it out the way. And then we can get there for about 1:45. So that'll be a nice time then to get everything collected. And then hopefully they won't have any more orders put on in the afternoon. Take it back to Ashton, and then who knows where after that. The client that we're making the collection from in Chorley, there can be a little bit hit and miss with their collections. Sometimes she could be in and out within 20 minutes. Sometimes she could be up to 3 hours. So hopefully it's not going to be the latter. I don't mind waiting about an hour if we have to, but don't really waiting more than that really, do we? ideally. Well, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. The wind has calmed down a little bit. The sun is trying its hardest to come out from the thick clouds. And it looks like further south we get, the better the weather as well. At least the rain has stopped. Well, it looks like we've had an accident on the other side of the road. Might have been 2 cars and a truck by the looks of it. Hopefully everybody's alright. I think it might have all just happened in the last 15 minutes or so. Oh, look at the nice clear skies off in the distance. Absolutely lovely. No matter how many times I drive down this section of the motorway, I never get bored of the views. We've just passed T-Bay, driving southbound on the M6. I wonder what they're doing around here actually. There's a lot of roadworks going on. By the looks of it just then, it looked like they was trying to build a new access ramp. Still got 58 miles to go. If you've got any questions about the vlogs, let me know down below in comments. I'll try my best to answer as much questions as possible. And same for HGV driving as well. If you've got any questions about that in general, let me know down below. I'll try my best as well. I'm sure if I can't answer it, one of our subscribers might be able to help. Got a good little community on the go at the moment. So thank you to everybody that hit subscribe, I do appreciate it. All the support, it's been amazing. Here we go, it's when we come around this corner, you get the best view. All these trees on the left hand side kind of block a lot of the view. But there we go, look at that. It's like an oil painting. So nice. Wind has calmed down a little bit, but it's still blowing. Current on the river down below to the left hand side looks fairly rough as well. Looks more like river rapids than anything else. Just imagine waking up to this every morning. There's a little farmhouse to the left hand side, right on the edge. They must get some amazing sunsets. "56 miles to go before our client for the collection. I'm looking about an hour and 10 minutes or so. And every time I always drive past this section, it always reminds me of a TV show I used to watch. I think it was on Channel 5, My Yorkshire Farm, where it was a husband and wife with about 10 kids, and they lived in a farm in the middle of the Yorkshire Dales, I think it was. I always watched it thinking, man, them kids must have such a great upbringing. You see them rearing the sheep as they're giving birth and looking after the little baby lambs. And then all the cows as well. It's more of an animal farm instead of crops. That's break taken care of for 12:30. Now I won't need to take a break though until at least 6:30, and hopefully I won't be finishing later than 6:30. It's turned out to be a really nice day today. Nice and sunny. Due to get there in about 20 minutes, so just before 1 o'clock. So much drive. I've got some more nice views out the office window as well. Let's forget about this part of Lancaster. It's a nice little drive. Let's go slow down a little bit, let this truck past. Flash come over. Bloody hell, he's a little bit closer there. I think he's actually going right at the back end and flashing them. So I think that's why the van's slowed down a little bit. But that's just an accident waiting to happen. It's probably about a foot, about 3 foot from the back of that van. No need to drive like that. It's really not. At the end of the day, you want to be going home safe back to your family, don't you? It's been a while since we've been here. Just got to keep an eye on these weigh bridges, make sure I don't rip the front bumper off. Two and a half hours later, and we're departing the client with 11 pallets. I'm going to be going straight back down to Ashton. I might actually give the office a call to see if they need me anywhere else. Might be another client in the area on the way back. Might be able to collect, say, 6-7 pallets from somebody, help another driver out. What an absolutely lovely day. Time is currently 10 to 3. If we go straight back to the yard, it'll be about 45 minutes, give or take. Boy, it won't even be that, about 40 minutes, half hour. Yeah, about a half hour. Stopped off to get some fuel, so we're ready for tomorrow's long drive, wherever it may be. And I wonder what that is. It's just pulled up next to us. little bit of a queue to try and get out of the service station. A JCB telehandler and a little excavator on there as well. Has he stopped yet? Yeah, just let me out. Little flash with hazard lights, say thanks. Oh, I do hope it's like this for the weekend. Let's see how they're getting on in Ashton since we last visited. It's been a good week since we've been down this way. Not just the streets what are getting a lot of work done, there's a lot of businesses getting stuff done as well. Look to be getting a new path on the right hand side, extending it out a little bit as well maybe.
Side pedestrian.
Just got to keep an eye on people crossing over as well, especially when we set off. We'll check the blind spots.
Side pedestrian.
Go on, mate. Time is just approaching 3:45. Might be looking around 5 o'clock finish today. The earliest. Because of all the roadworks going in Ashton, we can't come back through Ashton this way. So we need to divert back over towards Wigan. And then we're going to get stuck in all the traffic of everybody else trying to go that way as well. Go on, let you pass. Back at the yard and now we're currently sat in the queue. The time is just gone at 10 to 4, so I reckon by the time I finish here it's going to be job done. Unfortunately though, we've got a little bit of a queue to say the least. Minimum of 2 Artics, 3 Rigids and 1 van what are in front of me in the queue, and behind me I've got about 2 or 3 Artics what have just turned up as well, so could be worse, could be back there. All I need to do for the rest of the day is do the curtains, pull them back, get offloaded, park up the truck over at Haydock and then finish for the day. So I am going to call it a day on the video, so thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you again next time. As always, keep on trucking, stay safe. Bye for now.